King Charles III has been formally declared as the new monarch of the United Kingdom in historic ceremonies in St. James's Park and the Royal Exchange in London. In both locations, crowds sang "God Save the King" as the band played before giving 3 cheers. The proclamation ceremony at the Royal Exchange, the second and last such ceremony to be held in London, is now over. Further proclamations will be read in Scotland, Northern Ireland and Wales at noon tomorrow. Let's take a look at the earlier events.
The world takes a pause from economic woes and war to witness the beginning of an era in the history of the United Kingdom and the Commonwealth. Charles III has been proclaimed king at a solemn but elaborate ceremony at St. James's Palace. These historic proceedings have never been seen before on camera. The last time these proceedings took place was in 1952, after the death of the Queen's father, King George VI. It was the decision of King Charles III to allow television cameras into the Accession Council for the first time to allow the public to view proceedings. The accession ceremony saw all 6 leaving former UK Prime Ministers gather to greet the new king and witness the proclamation.
With one voice and consent of tongue and heart, publish and proclaim that the Prince Charles Philip Arthur George is now, by the death of our late sovereign of happy memory, become our only lawful and rightful liege lord, Charles III, by the grace of God of the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland, and of his other realms and territories, King, Head of the Commonwealth, Defender of the Faith, to whom we do acknowledge all faith and obedience with humble affection, beseeching God, by whom kings and queens do reign, to bless his majesty with long and happy years to reign over us. God save the King!
God save the King!
The king himself was not present for the first part of the meeting when he was proclaimed monarch by the Accession Council made up of senior politicians, judges and officials. Taking an oath to preserve the security of the Church of Scotland, a Presbyterian church that is separate from the Church of England, King Charles III paid tribute to his mother, Queen Elizabeth II, and spoke of the great inheritance and of the duties and heavy responsibilities of sovereignty passed to him.
My mother gave an example of lifelong love and of selfless service. My mother's reign was unequaled in its duration, its dedication, and its devotion. Even as we grieve, we give thanks for this most faithful life. I shall strive to follow the inspiring example I have been set in upholding constitutional government and to seek the peace, harmony, and prosperity of the peoples of these islands and of the Commonwealth realms and territories throughout the world.
A royal salute with 3 cheers for His Majesty the King. From St. James's Palace in central London to the Royal Exchange in the City of London, crowds echoed "God Save the King" with the band before giving 3 cheers to His Majesty. Further proclamations will be read out across the country in Scotland, Northern Ireland and Wales on Sunday.